This is the new VFR that everyone's been waiting for. Well, the VFR fans have been waiting for anyway. It's a bit of an oddball in a way, really, the VFR, because it's not really a sport bike and it's not really a dedicated sports tourer either. It's kind of somewhere in the middle, but I like that because I don't really take passengers, I don't carry a lot of stuff. That's not to say I don't want a sport bike that isn't comfortable. This has actually got the Honda bar risers on down here, which are about an extra 100 quid or so. So I'm not too sure what it's like without those, but it feels really comfy to me. It feels like a VFR, which is good. They've not gone overboard, they've not done any crazy stupid things. It's all what you'd expect from a VFR. Do still have that Vtech, but it's been really heavily revised, so there's no snatchiness now. It's really linear, and you can hear it. It's an audible noise when you get to 7,000. You get this bark there when the Vtech kicks in. Still don't understand why, after 30 years or so, bikes don't have self-cancelling indicators. BMW had it for yonks. I don't know why everyone else hasn't followed suit, but this one's got it, and yeah, they kind of work. I still find myself spamming indicators all the time, just because I'm still not really used to it. But yeah, it does, it works. Although it has got heated grips as well, and that button is right where the indicators would normally be. So in order to use the indicators, I have to take most of my hand off of the grip just to stretch it over, which is a bit annoying. But I'm nitpicking. There's not much else I don't like about this bike, to be honest. And when you hear that Vtech kick in, it does sound really quite fruity. I like it. Just saw that horse a bit late there, hope I didn't spook it too much. Ooh, slippery. Loads of crap in the roads today. Sweet, no traffic. Oh, it does make a sweet noise. Brakes are pretty good, actually. Definitely improvement on the old VFRs. Oh, look at that fucking gravel there. Sorry, I had to go around that. I couldn't go through that. Ooh, bit snatchy there. It's just in the Vtech going around that corner and you can just feel it kicking into it. It's alright though, it's controllable, but yeah, I wasn't really expecting that. You do have to be a bit aware of what revs you're in when you're sort of trying to apply the throttle through the corner. Because everywhere else in the rev range it's really smooth and linear, but once you get to about 7, it does suddenly just lurch forward a little bit. Not a criticism though, because ultimately it makes it a lot of fun to ride. Can we overtake here? Yes. Road surfaces are terrible, but it's doing a pretty good job. I'm really impressed with this bike, and I kind of knew I would be, to be honest. It's not always the case. There's a few bikes I've taken out recently that sort of disappointed me a little, but you just know that this bike's going to be a good bike. Yes, it's expensive. Yeah, it's not stupendously quick. But it's kind of in a class of its own, I think, really. It's funny, I've been in lots of different sort of twins and inline fours recently, because this is kind of somewhere in the middle. I keep not revving it enough or revving it too much. It's still a long time since I've ridden a V4, and it's an easy bike to ride, but just the engine characteristics keep throwing me off a little bit. But it's all about the noise of this thing. Listen to the bark. Nice. Yeah, I want to hear what this thing sounds like with a race pipe. But then it would be worth 10.5 grand for show. I don't know, I think it probably still is worth 10.5 grand. Oh, this bike's just lovely. I was going to say perfect, but I don't know if there is such a thing as a perfect bike, but it is just lovely. It's a lovely place to be. I admit the seat felt pretty hard initially, but I've been in the seat about an hour and a half now, and it feels alright. My bum hasn't gone numb yet. It does feel nice being back in a VFR. I did used to have a VFR, and I crashed it. I was genuinely a little bit upset when I crashed that, and when they took it away and chucked it on the back of a van in bits, and it drove away down my road going to some scrap heap. I actually got a little bit emotional because I really did love that bike, and I had some great times on it. That's probably more why I got emotionally attached to it, because it just kind of reminded me of all the awesome times I had on it. It's not like I had an actual emotional connection with a lump of metal and plastic, but I always kind of swore after that I'd probably get another VFR one day. So this is kind of like, it's like post-breakup sex. I'm going to take this back now. But we had fun while it lasted, and I like the fact that they haven't just gone completely insane with it and just, they've kept that VFR formula, and that's good, because it was always a good formula. And to be honest, it's worth 10.5 grand just for that V4. What's this guy got in here then? What's this, Honda CB1000R, is it? Yeah. Nice. There's a Ducati showroom up here. Maybe if I pull up on this, they'll let me have a go on Panigale. Somehow I think if I showed up on my two-stroke Husqvarna, they'd probably tell me to do one. See, I remember when people used to say, I mean, I'm sure people still do, that the VFR is just a boring bike. It's a granddad's bike. I'm sorry, that's bollocks. You know, from someone who rides sport bikes, you know, I can definitely see the appeal of a bike that doesn't destroy my nuts, doesn't hurt my ass, and something that I can ride quickly all day and still have a lot of fun and enjoyment with. But also has that flexibility of being able to, you know, carry stuff and people and long distances. Like that Vtech's a really nice system. It's not too intrusive, but you get a nice little surge, a bit like you get on the Ninjas when you get that sort of top end rush. Quick enough, I think, for the sort of bike it is. Oh, traction control cut in then. It's because lost a bit of traction on the little lump in the road there. Let's turn that off. I don't like traction control. I really don't. I've had it a few times with traction control where I've gone to overtake someone, and as I've sort of tucked out and changed direction to get the overtake done, I've just traction control's cut in and cut the power just because you know, the back wheel skipped around or something a little bit. It's like, no, I know the back wheel was going to skip around. I was ready for it, and now that's just thrown me off because you've just decided to cut the power. But, you know, you can turn that shit off, so it's fair enough. I don't like the fact that you can't turn ABS off on some of these bikes. I mean, again, I'm sure there's a secret way, but it should just be a big fuck off red button in the middle of the tank. Just saying, everything off.